Welcome back. So in this video we are going to look into null and isNull function. So what is a null function? So null function will actually give you a value called as null. So if I just go ahead and add it in a dimension, okay, it is going to add all the null values there. So it is just used to add some null values, and you can actually make use of this to compare some values. Let's say if there is any field from the backend which has some null values, then you can just look into it, that if it is null then you give it let's say value 0 or something like that, and then you can move forward. Okay, so in this way you can use. Another function is called as isNull. So isNull can also be used with not. Okay, so a simple example is, let's say over here, if I just say if is null and I write in null like this, and I say yes comma no. Okay, so it is going to give me a value y, which is yes. So if I just write in not like this, so the expression is this value null, then it is going to give me true or false. If it is true, this not will convert it into a false. Okay, now I'll get a value no over here. As you can see, not and isNull can be used together to satisfy a condition if you want to, if you have some specific conditions. So typically if you want to just say that if the value is not null, then you give me yes, or else you give me no. So this is the ideal situation where you actually use that value. Even though you can use it, let's say there is a column called as first name, and you can just add, instead of null over here in specifically backend, you can just add your field here. Okay, and if that field value is null, okay, then also you can do activity, or else you can just say if it is not null, then you give me the field value again over here, or else you just add n/a, which is na. Okay, so this is also one of the condition that can be satisfied, or else this is another condition that can be used, which is if the value, this field is null, okay, then you use it. But especially this field is not null sometimes, because the field might have some spaces into it. So it is recommended to add a trim, then your field value, and this becomes your logic. Okay, so this will become your logic. So if this field has any space, okay, just a space as a value, then because of the trim it will be removed, it will become null, and then you can specify a value to it, or else you can just paste the value or just give the same value to the field again. This is what you can do it in the backend for isNull, not isNull, and by using trim you can just format your data. Okay, so this all comes into the formatting.